Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Did y'all have a nice weekend?
Yeah.
Excellent, excellent. Who here is ready to talk about physics and chemistry?
Me.
Oh, so y'all will be disappointed if I'm going to tell you about birds. Okay. Well, today we're going to begin talking about the Arctic tern. It's a bird that likes the snow, or it wouldn't have Arctic in its name. Every year, the average Arctic tern flies a distance that equals to the distance around the Earth. Okay, that's a lot of miles, but these birds live to be about 34 years old. And the circumference of the Earth is 24,900 miles. That would mean that the average bird would fly 846,600 miles during its life. That burns a lot of calories, that sounds tiring, and it got me thinking last night when I was reading about these birds, about a trip around the world for myself. And I'm afraid of airplanes, and I can't, fly by myself, so I would have to walk, and, well, most of the Earth is covered by water, so that would require a bridge. So I would have to walk around the Earth. And I thought that would be a lot of steps. I wondered exactly how many steps that would be. So I actually measured my stride. And when I walk, one step is about 27 inches. So how many steps would any of you think it would take me or one of you to walk around the Earth?
7 trillion.
7 trillion?
A lot, like a million at least.
It would take a lot. It would take a lot. How would you figure out something like that?
Well, you take what you know and apply it towards what you don't.
Yeah, exactly. It would take math.
Yes, definitely math.
We all know it would take math. Okay, so over there. So how can I expect you to solve such problems? Well, it's an application of algebra called dimensional analysis, and you can calculate things that would be very difficult to calculate without it. And if you get good enough at it, you can do other math that you can make a lot of money doing, using, I guess I should say. Engineers certainly have to learn a lot of this type of math, and it's not magic, it is math, and you can get big bags of money just like them, and everybody will criticize you and say you get paid too much for your easy job, but that's just the way it goes. Doctors would have to use this. You have to know how much medicine to give somebody. Chemists would use this, and some people say a doctor's nothing but a chemist. So after today, you should be able to figure out how to start with one unit of measurement and end up with another unit of measurement. Now, stride, or step, isn't your typical unit of measurement. But you can do anything you want with this. You can make up your own unit of measurement. And, it should make it easier to learn other things. This will make your chemistry classes and your physics classes a lot easier as opposed to this class. You don't want to see me again next semester. So just learn this stuff and this whole class will be easier. So I've got some handouts for you. I've got some conversion factors up there on the board. 1 kilometer equals 0.621 miles. So if that's not going to be enough, you're going to need each have your own if you pass that down, ma'am. These will be handy. You can use these on your homework. And believe me, you want them on your homework. If any of you already have all this memorized, then you shouldn't be in this class in the first place. You should already be in chemistry. Okay. So, how does dimensional analysis work? Well, I already stated, you start with one unit of measurement and you work your way toward another unit of measurement. Okay, so what's an easy example?
Feet to inches.
Exactly. Have you had this class before, ma'am? Okay. Well, you seem like you're a natural. So, feet to inches. Everybody knows that there's 12 inches in 1 foot. Okay. Now this, 12 inches to 1 foot, is called a conversion factor. And you use a lot of these in this class. And this is equal to 1 foot over 12 inches. Either one of these is good. It doesn't matter. You can use it in either form. So say you have 9.5 feet. And you want to find out how long that is in centimeters. So we'll start off with 9.5 feet, but since we're using conversion factors, which are in the form of a fraction, you want to start off with this in the form of a fraction. So you put it over 1, it's already understood, and you would probably go to feet, the inches to feet conversion factor. Okay. Now, because multiplication and division are inverse operations of each other, whichever unit you start with in the numerator on the left side of the multiplication sign, you want to have in the denominator on the right side of the multiplication sign. That allows these to cancel out. So, you get rid of your feet. You go from feet to inches. That's not good enough. We want centimeters. So we're going to multiply by another conversion factor. They're 2.54 centimeters in an inch. Where is the centimeters going to go, anybody?
Numerator?
Yes, they are. In 1 inch. Okay. So now inches cancel out. So we end up in centimeters. And that is exactly what we want. We went from feet, that cancels, to inches, that cancels, to centimeters. Okay. The next step, you multiply all the numerators across the top. And all the denominators across the bottom. These are all 1. That's going to make this a very easy problem. Hope I'm not insulting your intelligence with an easy problem. The whole thing's not easy, just the bottom part is. Okay. So 289.56 centimeters divided by 1. Okay. We all know what that is. So, can we use what we know here to solve the problem in which I asked how many steps it would take me to walk around the earth?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Does anybody want to come up here and help me out here? Any volunteers? Or are y'all going to make me do this by myself? I realize I am getting paid for that, so if y'all are a little nervous, since you're not familiar with this, I can do that.
Yeah.
Oh, you're brave. You're not shy, are you? Okay.
Thank you.
So, are you going to write, or am I going to write and you tell me what to do?
You can do it too.
Okay. So, what are you going to start with? Miles around the earth?
The Earth, right?
The Earth.
Okay. 24,900 miles. That's good. Hey, that's a good job. Okay, what's a conversion factor that would be easy to use next? Anybody want to help her out? You got miles, you have to go to steps.
Miles to feet.
Excellent, excellent. There's 5,280 feet in a mile. So where would the feet go and where would the miles go?
He was on the numerator.
Exactly. Go ahead. You're an natural, Miss Brandis. Excellent. You're making my job easy. Oh, you're not done yet. Okay, we went from miles to feet, but we still have to get to steps. And I didn't measure my steps in feet. I measured in inches. So we're probably going to have to go with the conversion factor from inches to feet.
2.54. Wait, no.
Foot.
Oh, that's a short foot.
Oh, no.
12 inches and 1
12
foot.
inches, that's right. Sorry.
Feet would be on the bottom. 12 inches on top.
It's okay, Mr. Reyes. That's job security for me. Okay. Well, we don't want it in inches, though. We want this in steps. My steps, 27 inches.
Okay.
So we have to create our own. 27 inches in one of my steps. So, that's right. We want the inches on the bottom. Everybody following along?
Yeah.
Any questions?
So the inches will, the same measurement has to go diagonally?
Yes, yes. whatever is in the numerator on the left side has to be in the denominator on the right side, because multiplication and division are inverse operations of each other. So these cancel each other out, and after you do it a little while, it makes sense. Thank you, Ms. Brandon. Oh, wait, you can finish up here. Sorry about that. So go ahead and cross out everything that's being canceled. You ended up with steps. Okay. So now we've got to get our answer.
So everything across the top multiplied.
Yes, ma'am. I get to cheat and use this calculator.
And then everything on the bottom.
That's right. So, your ultimate answer is, ooh, that's a big one. Y'all came close. 58,432,000 steps that it would take to walk around the earth.
That's a lot.
That is. I need to do that. Mr. Mosley's been spending too much time up here at the chalkboard and not exercising enough.
Yay!
Yeah, good job, Miss Brandon.
Thanks, guys.
You get an A for the day. They probably do too.
I hope so.
Yes, you need that on your average, Miss Smith. Okay. So what are we going to do next? I guess we'll give you all a few problems. If I jogged 8 miles last week, how many yards did I jog? You all have your list of conversion factors. Okay, top to bottom, we'll work from left to right. Ms. Brandes, you do the first one. Mr. Reyes, you do the second one. Ms. Smith, you do the...
So, does 8 miles go over to 1? Or, no?
Well, that's what you start with.
Okay.
And you're doing the last problem, right? Kilometers? Okay. So yes, you want to start with it over 1. And you have to use another conversion factor because you have to ultimately end up in kilometers.
Okay.
So there is 0.621 miles in 1 kilometer.
Okay. Oh, in 1 kilometer?
Yes, ma'am. Okay.
And so, I just multiply across?
Yes, ma'am. You get 8 divided by 0.621. Everybody else, you doing okay, Mr. Reyes?
All right.
No questions?
Just looking at it.
Ah, yes, those trucks. You didn't bring your calculator today, Mrs. Smith?
I am not prepared.
Oh, it's okay, it's okay. You're supposed to be able to do all this in your head, but I'm having you divide decimals, so you need the calculator. Doing okay, Miss Brandon? Okay. So I guess it's time for some little homework here for y'all. I'm not even going to call it homework because I want this due at the end of the period. Y'all, oh, before I hand this out, do y'all have any questions?
No, it makes sense. Thank you.
Oh, excellent. Pass these down, please.
Thank you.
So we'll do one more practice problem since class is almost over. So go ahead.